Vad say, Jay? Beloved, welcome to an all new episode of Vino Noir. Why do we call it Vino Noir?
Because it is noirs. Drinking vino.
Yeah, inside.
Yeah.
Inside.
Yeah.
And you know that it's, it's Wine.Coza.
Every single day
Each
is
and every day.
wine.coza.
Yeah.
So wine.coza are moving on up. And what you can do is that if you click 1, 2, no more than 3 times, you'll be able to find the learning platform, and through that find us and our conversations into the biggest and best grape varietals that our country and the world has to offer. Today, we're talking about
Shiraz.
We're talking about Syrah.
We're talking about Shiraz today.
Syrah.
We're talking about Shiraz today. Just if you need to cut this thing off right now, cut it off right now.
Syrah.
So we're talking about Shiraz today.
Syrah.
Yeah.
It's Syrah.
Yeah, so we're talking about Shiraz today.
Syrah today.
The tasting pack for Shiraz
Syrah.
is delicious. We're
the
talking about
Syrah.
Shiraz today. So, Tools, what's up with that? Why in some regions is it called Syrah and why in some regions it's called Shiraz? What's up with that?
Well, before anything had started around the conversation, it was always meant to be one of the same thing. But as the conversation has evolved, Syrah has tended to now denote that of the old world, and Shiraz is that more of the new world.
Yeah.
With new world, you're looking at stuff like us, Australia, Argentina, as well as New Zealand.
Yeah, and Australia that you mentioned make an amazing Shiraz. So, if you're in Australia, maybe, walking your kangaroo, you might want to come back home and refresh yourself with a nice Shiraz.
If you're a Bruce or a Sheila,
then
you're probably having a really nice Shiraz.
Yeah. You just grab your koala bear off the tree, and now it's tired you out. You want to just sit down and have a nice Shiraz.
If your best friend is a venomous spider, then probably you're Australian.
Yeah. It's like when you find 2 snakes intertwined in your garden. And you're like, this again. Then you probably want to go
if your name is Georgie Gregan and you've ever told the old colonels that they've got 4 more years, boys, then you probably have a Shiraz.
And moving on from the Bruces and Sheilas of Australia, we're moving on to SA's second most grown red grape, Shiraz.
Certainly the second most grown red grape. Came into the country around about the 1890s, but it was in 1957 that Bellingham bottled the first single varietal Shiraz in the country. So it is not the oldest, most pronounced thing in the world, but it's certainly no slouch either.
Yeah. And I read typical notes that you get from Shiraz are really, besides the typical berry notes that you get from any kind of red wine. Nice notes that you get are very peppery notes that you get, are really spicy notes like black pepper, cloves, for instance, and a lovely vanilla note that you get from a typical Shiraz.
And that translates well over to the food side of things as well. Like again, picking up on those peppery notes, olives, if you think about that. But generally, very nice, earthy, meaty feeling about it.
Yeah.
And anything that you kind of put together, some nice grilled winter vegetables should get you right.
Yeah, and if you're in Australia and having some meat on the barbie,
a little bit of shrimp there, man.
The barbie, like some ribs.
If your kid's name is Quaid, then you're probably...
and you're baking Springbok Hots.
Yes.
Yeah, then you should probably have a little bit of Shiraz if you're having some meat on the braai.
Or
the barbie, sorry, the barbie.
The Barbie.
Yeah,
The Barbie.
The Barbie.
And us little dolls, Barbie, no? Yes, all day.